I can't hear you. I think you're muted. Your voice is it's like you're
All
muted
right.
somewhere.
Yeah, I beg your pardon. Yeah. All right. Welcome, everyone. My name is Fashion Michael, and this is the Testimony Podcast, where we share edifying testimonies that can ignite your faith and propels your victory. So today's broadcast is a continuation of what we started last week, where we talked about faith, purpose, and growth. And I'm excited because today we have in the studio our guest for last week, which we shall be doing justice to our discussion. Thank you so much for honoring our invitation. Once again, we are glad to have you, Einome. Good to have you once again. Good evening and welcome.
Thank you very much. Good evening. Thank you for having me here.
So, last week we were able to establish the importance of working in purpose, the dangers is also attached to not working in purpose. We partly talk about faith, how faith is very important in what we do. So today, continue from where we stopped. First, I you to share with us again how necessary for those that may be joining us for the first time. I would just like you to clarify the relevance, the necessity of working in purpose, so that they will not miss, what we've discussed before. So my first question is how important is working in purpose, particularly for believers?
All right. Thank you so much for this opportunity to speak to young people. It's always a pleasure. And we had an amazing conversation last week talking about purpose, and it was such a beautiful time. So, yes, the importance of working in purpose, there's so much, right? But one of the things, and the things I share are basically from my own personal experience. I don't really share things I read or heard somewhere. I share from my experience because I feel like I can easily relate to it, right? Working in purpose gives your life direction. I can't like, I have lived a
Yeah.
life where I did not know I was trying out so many things. I was here, I was there, or people would say, oh, this is the one that, is good, I'll go here. And this is the one that, and obviously it leads to waste of time. Total waste of time. And I see many young people, they start something today, tomorrow they are here, and oh my God, it's such like, you cannot really move forward. You cannot really achieve something great if you are not working in purpose. That's why it's important for us to
Yeah.
have a definite goal, something that we're working
Yeah.
towards, and you put all your energy. And obviously, distractions will come, but when you have a purpose, it's easy for you to wave off distraction. It's easy for you to let go of anything that is not going to help you to achieve that goal, that purpose. So, working in purpose gives your life direction, and it also helps you to live a fulfilled life. There's a fulfillment that comes in your life when you are able to accomplish something, when you are able to, you see the result, that thing you envision, that thing you set your heart to do finally becomes a reality. You feel fulfilled. But if you're not working in purpose, you don't have something to work towards, and so you cannot live a fulfilled life, right? And additionally, I would also add that working in purpose guides your life, so you are able to make less mistakes in life because you know the things that are not good for you, you know the people that are not good for your journey, and you know what is necessary, you know what is important, and you are able to you're able to make less mistakes in your life because you are working in purpose. And so there's so many more things I would love to share, but in conclusion, working in purpose is important if you want to make your life to be worth it, if you want to live a life that, if you want to have direction, if you want your life to have meaning, if you want your life to have essence, like if you're working in purpose, life is interesting, life is fun. I don't think anybody in purpose would want to, live like kill themselves like people do. Because your life has essence, your life has meaning, your life has worth, right? But when you're not working in purpose, it feels like there's nothing to live for. There's no life is very tasteless, right? So honestly, there's so much I would love to share, but you need to work in purpose, in essence, in everything, you need to work in purpose. Thank you.
I think that is the summary of everything we discussed last week. Is life would be meaningless if you're not working purpose. The addition that you've added this week is that life will be tasteless, and that's exactly how it is. So life will definitely. So on your own part, I would like you to tell us when your faith you navigate through hard times. At the you've learned from that scenario.
All right. I'm sorry, I didn't get your question. Could you go over it again?
Yeah, that's great. So I was saying that I would like you to share with us a time where your faith helped you to navigate through hard times.
Okay. All right. All right. So
Yeah.
there's been many seasons like that where I've been through very tough times, and faith has helped me to navigate it. By the way, if you're hearing some background noise, I'm really sorry about that. So yes, there's been many seasons like that, and particularly I will share this one that really stood out for me. It was in 2024. Yes, 2024. I just came back from my NYC. I just finished serving at that time, and I got back home, right? And I already had plans. I already knew what, okay, I'm going to do this and do that. Everything was in motion, everything was going fine. But it got to a point where I became very confused. I became very confused about my life. I became very confused about, like, I don't think I'm taking the right step. I cannot really explain the feeling, but it was a mix of confusion and frustration, right? That was it. And I tried. I would talk to people. I would seek advice. Nothing was working. Nothing was working. So I got to a point in my life where I could no longer move forward. I could no longer, like, everything just became, let's say, meaningless. Yeah, I'll say that. Maybe something like that, meaningless. And I had to just pause. I had to pause, and I had to go. But that was the first time in my life I took a personal retreat. Right? It was just like, it's just me and God. God, I don't know what's going on in my life. I don't know why all of this is happening to me. Why do I feel why do I feel like I'm not on the right path? I'm not doing the right thing. Why is it looking like everything is just, I'm confused. I just needed clarity. And I didn't know what was going to happen. I was like, okay, let me just stay with God. I believe I'll get something from Him. And I spent some days just taking a retreat, just praying to God. And I remember vividly how, I like share this story because it was really a defining moment for me as a person, because it launched me into something really amazing. That till now, I'm still grateful to God that season of my life happened. So I remember how on the first day I was like, this thing is not working. I'll just give up. I'm tired. It's not working. I was tired. I was like, I'm taking a retreat. I'm not like everything. But I remember how he's like, we're going to stay. And I remember at that season of my life, one of the things that I knew God was telling me strongly was, you need to stay. You've been too busy. You've been too, here and there. I'm not even able to talk to you. And so, like, it was like God led me to that season so that I would have no choice but to stay with Him. And honestly, that launched everything for me. Everything I'm doing now. It launched my business. It launched my outreach program that I do. It really started something extraordinary in my life, and I'm still grateful for that moment even till now. So that's one thing that I really like, till now I still feel that goosebumps, like, oh my God. And being with God since then has been so amazing. I can't really, we're talking about faith really now, but I think I can say this. So one of the greatest blessings I've had in my life, right? One of my greatest treasures and blessing has been staying with God, right? I always tell people that everything you're looking for, everything you're struggling for, everything you're worrying about for, stay in his presence, and you're not even to struggle for anything. Honestly, like some of us are just living hard life for nothing. God is like, just stay. Just one thing he would tell you to do would all of your struggles will just slow down, everything. So I can tell you over and over, since that time, over and over and over and over again, I have a lot of testimonies of how something would, just come and the only option I just say, I say, no, the only thing I can do right now is to go to God. And he would just, I don't struggle for anything. I don't stress. If I struggle, I feel like it's not God. Everything that is God will come easily. So let me not talk more, even if I want to talk more, but let me stop here, really. So over and over, since that time, over and over again, God has just been, everything to me. Everything means a lot. It's a very deep word, but God has been everything to me.
Amazing. That's super amazing. Glory be to God for that. You see, I don't know if you'll be discussing this earlier today. There's a song from Dusi Oyekon that became so heavy in my heart. I let go of that line. Everything that happened outside your presence is just noise. So the summary of some of the things we discussed in the church today was when Moses, said, if the presence of God will not go with him, he's not ready to continue with the journey. So since the end of that lesson, throughout the afternoon, song keep, coming to my mind. Everything that happened outside your presence is nice. So to me, you re-emphasizing it once again, it's never a coincidence for me. So for someone listening, everything you ever wanted is in God. And what else do you need? Hear the testimony yourself, hear the word yourself. You don't need to struggle for anything. Thank you so much for sharing with us. So moving on to the next question, I would love to share with us, what are the factors that help you to I would like you to be personal. What are the things that you do that help you to become stronger in faith?
All right, thank you. I'm thinking of, you said experience. Yeah, I'm talking from experience. So there's been a lot of things, right? And honestly, there's been a lot of things that has been so like pivotal to my journey with God. And I would just say that there's one thing I would say. Let me start with this. This is like the basics of everything, right? I'm not perfect, as nobody is, right? And so my journey with God has not been all like I started, and then it's been all like straightforward and just like very start from here and then you're going like this, right? There's been like up and downs. But I keep remembering this because it's really anytime I remember how God would always put me back on track. I just remember this prayer I always put. I was like, God, I don't know, I can't trust myself. But there's one thing I want is that no matter what I do, no matter what happens to me, keep running back to you. So I remember those times where I would make mistakes, I would flop, I would do things that I would feel like, oh my God, I don't think God will accept me anymore. What would always keep coming back to my heart to be what will always happen would be God drawing me back to Him. So I'm going to say that the first thing has been God's mercy, right? And every single day, I'm just like in awe, like, God, what did you even see in me? Who am I? There's this song, who am I that the highest king would ransom me? Like, who am I? So I feel like the base of everything is to feel like, see, we're not worthy of this, but God is giving us an opportunity for us to be friends with Him, for us to not just do life alone, but to partner with Him to, not just for our life, but for the lives He wants to touch, for the things He wants to do in and through us. It's a very big privilege. And I would say God's mercy, is the fact, if it was left to me, I would not be if it was left to me, I would have long be gone. Long be gone. So I would say that no matter what you've been through, no matter what has happened in your life, trust me, there is nothing that is like, oh, I've gone too far. No matter how your life has been, there is nothing you can do that can take you away from His love. That's the fact. There's nothing you can do. So no matter what you've done, know that His mercy is so great and He's ready to bring you back. As far as you're willing to come back, right? He won't force you, but once you come, He will accept you. So that's one thing, God's mercy. And I'll also say that God has really blessed me with good people, right? So in times of my life where it feels like, God has just blessed me with people that, He has blessed me with pastors, He has blessed me with mentors, He has blessed me with people that, even though they may not know what I'm going through, maybe I may not have told them, but God will just use. So I would say one of the things I would say is have community. Don't do life alone. Oh my God, that's such a big thing for me. Don't do life alone. Like, how will you stay? Someone telling me that I don't have any friend. I'm like, yo, are you even in this on this earth? No, but I know that you've had experiences that have taught you, or people that have gone, but it doesn't mean that everybody's like that. So be in a community of like-minded people, because in those times where you're down, they'll be there to lift you up. You can't do life alone. And if you're living a life where you're alone, talk to God and say, God, I need good friends. Friends that will draw me closer to you. Friends that will talk me into your will. Friends that will drive me to closer to you. You need that, right? So that are the two things that really help me. And I will also say, it's important for us to have that willingness to want to cultivate, just like God is a friend, right? God is your friend. God is your father. God is your everything. Just spend time with God like you spend with a friend. People see prayer as I don't know how to put it, but prayer is basically talking to your father, right? However you want to do it, there is no like, this is how you should pray, this is what you should say, this is how you should sit down, this is how you should stand. There is no rule. Just talk to your father, right? I feel like if we see prayer as connecting with our friend, our lover, it's more interesting than just thinking it's a set of rules. Don't do this, don't do that, do this, do that. Be yourself. Be yourself. It's sweet. It's interesting. I don't know how to say it. Be yourself with God. Be vulnerable. You're not coming to impress Him. Like, really, He knows you, all of you. You're not coming to impress Him. Like, that's the sweetest part of life. Somebody asked me like, what's your best place on earth to be? I'm like, it's the secret place. I don't even have to think about it. That's the sweet. I don't have any place on earth I should be, but with Him, it's sweet. I don't know how to explain it, but honestly, just be with your father. Be with your father, honestly. Talk to him. Be open to him. Be vulnerable. He wants to help you. That's the thing that we don't understand. I beg, let me not say too much. Oh my God. I'm done. Let me stop.
Amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah. No, you're not saying too much. Yeah, you're not saying too much. Actually, I wouldn't want you to hold anything back. Okay. So I say too much. Actually, you're not saying too much. No, you're not. So I would love us to talk about the other part of our theme for discussion. That's about growth. Beg your pardon, I couldn't read your. Yeah. So let's talk about your journey with Nomi's Bite. Okay. Are you still with me there? Okay. So
okay. My journey with Nomi's Bite.
I want us to talk about other parts of our theme for discussion, which is growth. I think. Oh my goodness! Oh no! I beg your pardon. I think we're having. Are you there? Whoa. Anyway, if I brought the host and with growth, we are to bring it up with discussing
All right. So I think we'll have him back soon. I think we'll have him back soon. Meanwhile, I think I should just continue the conversation from where we last stopped. sorry about that. So I'm very big on um people building their relationship with God, because I feel like it's the basis for which everything started to happen for me. Right? I have a lot of stories to share, like so many stories to share. And I'm always telling people that, see, you don't need to struggle for much. You don't need to stress for much. Am I preaching easy life? Not really. The interesting thing about life is that God has promised a life that He's promised that He will always be with us. He's not saying that you will not go through hard times. He said even though you go through the rivers, the waters, all of the tough times, I will be with you. Right? So when I'm saying that you don't need to struggle, you don't need to stress, I'm basically saying that you can do life with God. And doing life with God, when you do life with God, even though you are going through the turbulent times, the hard times, there is this reassurance you have inside of you that God is with me in this. And when God is with you in this, you are like that baby. How Jesus Christ was in the boat, right? And even though the storms were raging, he was asleep. He was asleep. Ha. Like sometimes when we read these things, we need to not just read it, but we need to picture it. Like imagine, maybe now we don't usually use or we don't really experience it. But imagine you're in an airplane. You're in an airplane, right? Oh, good to have you back.
I think the network is fluctuating kind of.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you, and good to have you again. So I want to talk about growth. I would like us to talk about your growth. You see, growth seems to be something very that is very, something that's when you started sometimes by the grace of God, what God has placed in your and you function in different offices, so you stay grounded. I don't know if you get that.
I didn't get that. It was breaking. So could you go over it again?
How do you stay consistent to your goals, knowing fully well that you do a couple of things, the things that you do with your goal?
Okay, how do I stay consistent with my goals, right?
Okay. Consistent to your goals.
Okay, if I got you right, you said how do I stay consistent to my goals, yeah?
With your exactly. Yeah.
All right. Thank you. It was breaking, so that's why I had to be sure of the question. All right. So I think I mentioned something in the last during our last conversation. I said something about the fact that as a person, right, you're not saying that because this is the thing that I can do very well, then this is my purpose, right? Purpose is necessarily not just one thing. It is not one thing. Purpose is a journey, right? The purpose that you should have in your mind right now is I want to bring glory to God. So everything that I'm doing should bring glory to Him, right? The way that I handle my career should bring glory to Him. The way that I handle my business should bring glory to Him. The way I treat people should bring glory to Him. The way that I connect with people, the way that I treat my family. So you're basically thinking, how can I bring glory to God in this situation, right? And as you start from where you are, with whatever talent he has placed in your hand, with whoever he has placed around you, we start living purposefully, saying, you know what, I exist to bring him glory. You may not know the full picture of your life, but as you start with that, it keeps getting clearer. You keep knowing, okay, God tells you, okay, you need to, and when I say God tells you, I want him to, like, some people are like, but let me just say, you feel like, okay, I think I'm good in this area, I want to do this thing, and then you go do it. And then, so I'm just basically saying that it's possible that as a person, and most likely so, that you're not just saying, this is my purpose. I can sing, so this is my purpose. Not necessarily. You can have a purpose, but God would give you, it will be like different expressions, right, to manifest his glory. So for me, right, I'm a chef. I am a chef, yes, so I make pastries. I'm also a medical laboratory scientist. So yes, I'm a medical laboratory scientist too. Do not fully practicing, but I'm still a medical laboratory scientist. I'm also someone that loves young people, so I do outreaches to schools and everything, and many more things. One thing I would say, right, is one thing I would say for sure, to be able to balance every area of your life, so everything that you're doing, be able to not just, because if you're lagging behind in some things, honestly, it can be very frustrating, right? So being able to balance every area of your life, you just need to learn how to manage your time, right, and plan properly. There is no two way about it. No matter how spiritual you are, no matter how great you are, no matter how talented you are, if you don't learn how to manage your time, if you don't learn how to balance everything that you're doing, you will definitely lag behind. That's the truth. So time management and planning, really. And I feel like another very big deal is learning to not to ask for help when you need help. So you don't have to do everything yourself. You can get people that can assist you, right? You don't, because if you can get to a point in your life where you just realize that, see, 24 hours is no longer enough. It has happened to me. 24 hours is no longer enough. So what do? Ask for help. Find things that you can tell someone to help you with. You don't have to handle everything yourself, right? So that you don't get burnt out. You also need to create time for rest. See, rest is important. See, rest. Don't be so purposeful that you're not resting. Don't be so active that you're not resting. All right? Find time to rest, because your body, you have flesh, and your body can break down. So you need to find time to rest. So learn time management, learn to plan ahead. Just learn to plan ahead, and learn to find people to help you. Learn to delegate. You can't do everything yourself. Things that someone can assist you with, you need to let it go. Whether it's for free or for paid, you need to do that, right? So that you are able to, you don't lag behind in any area. You're able to take everything you're doing. People will not be asking, how are you even doing this? Like, you're doing well here. My God, you see people that are doing it well. How are they doing it? They know the principles, and they're able to apply it and make the most of it, right? There's one thing I know for sure, that no matter all of the things, no matter how much you do as a person, there's one thing that God has, like, God does not want you to be burnt out or to be stressed, right? He doesn't want that for you. So if you're feeling stressed, but it's not God's will for you, you need to go back to God and say, God, this is what I'm going through. Help me. I need to learn. Teach me how to plan my time. Teach me how to delegate. Teach me how to plan. Teach me how to manage my time, so that I am not, because it's not God's will that you're burnt out. It's not God's will that you are here and there you don't have time for yourself, for your family. It's not God's will. So you need to learn all of these things to be able to live a fulfilling life. You can't be stressed and be fulfilled. I don't think it goes hand in hand. Like, you need to learn how to balance everything and still be. People should not see you and be like, you carry the world problem on your head. At least joyful, happy, have that. That's what makes life fun, Bajari.
It's fantastic. I really don't want to, but definitely things that stood out for me. you can't be stressed and want to fulfill purpose. It's no, it doesn't go hand in hand. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. Very, very valuable tip. So, moving forward, I want us to be practical, particularly for the growth aspect. Okay, you've mentioned partly what you do. So, how do you manage? I want you to tell us how do you manage increased demand for your product or service? All right. By extension, I still see what you do from some of your inner circle, particularly your friend that connected you to me. Your normies bite, your small jobs and whatnot. So, now that by the grace of God, you are having much demand. So, how do you manage the demand for your business?
All right. So, interestingly, I think it was some months ago, I realized that I couldn't do it alone because I was trying to balance my business with the fact that also a student, so I'm doing my master's degree program, and I'm also someone that if I can't stay and not reach out to young people, like I feel like something is off with me. So I knew that if I was going to be able to cope with the demand of my business, cope with my my career as a medical laboratory scientist, and still be able to reach out to young people, and still be active in church, I had to get help, right? And that's one of the things I talked about last. I was like, to delegate. I had to get people to, come into my business so that I'm not the only one doing it. Because if I'm the only one doing it, it means I have to always be on ground. And I didn't want that. I wanted to be able to do all that stuff while I'm still running my business. So what I did was to get more hands. And there's currently a team working at Nomis Bike. So even if I'm not available, and another thing I did, because I value excellence, I value consistency and excellence. So I didn't want it to be like when I'm not around. So I'll not ask customers, oh, how education, which I always do, how education, they tell me that you did not make this thing. You didn't make it. So I have to take time to train people that are working with, my team. I have to take time to train my team. I have standards. Like, this is the standard that we said. This is our recipe. This is how, like, they've worked. Obviously, they didn't just start. They've been working with me even before they got employed. So they've been working with me, so they know like they've learned from me. But even after that, I did not still assume. We sat down, we had a couple of discussions on how it should be, how it should not be. So even if I'm not around, you will know I'm not around. You will know I didn't make it because it's how I do it. They already know how I do it. They've seen me do it. I've taught them, I've showed them, I've corrected them, such that even though I'm not around, you think I'm the one that actually did it. So that's helped me. Delegation, right? Systems, structures, and I'm still building structures because we keep expanding, obviously. So I'm still building that to make sure that even when we want to establish more branches, we are not having to start saying, how come this branch like this other branch like this? Everything has to be consistent, right? Everything has to be consistent. So that's basically how I've been able to cope with that.
So much. Yet another powerful one. Have people around you and know when to ask for people to join you, and then know how to emphasize on your value. Get people to understand your vision with you. That's yet another wonderful contribution from you. Thank you so much. So, before we move away totally from that, let's quickly talk about how your customer relation. Yeah, the customer relation. I'm very particular about this because I have an elder sister that does things that has to do with how you manage your employee. We live at a time where it is very hard to manage people. So for you, what are the things that you do to ensure that you manage your people together? They subscribe to your vision. There's no need for adulterated. They know what Nomis Bite is all about. So walk us through your human relation with the people that's working with you currently.
All right. So before I even had people to like join me full time in my business, I already had a mindset of how I wanted people that would work with me. Because even when it was just me in my in the kitchen in my house, even when it was just me in the kitchen in my house, where I didn't really have a place, I was just me and in that kitchen. I already knew where it was going to go. So I started with a broader vision of okay, this was going to be. In fact, it was so broad. In fact, it was so broad that it scared me. So I already had a plan of this is how I want people that work with me to be treated, right? This is what I have in mind for them, and I always say I have. In fact, the plans I have for people that work with me, they don't even know. And I didn't just have a mindset of having people. I don't usually call them like my, I don't know. I see them as my team. We're working together. We're partners, right? We're partners. We're working together in this. So I'm not a boss. You're not be calling me boss. I'm sorry. I don't like that term. I'm not. I'm the one that has the vision, and I'm the one that told you the vision. But we are a team working together. So I don't see them as, I don't see myself as superior to them. I come to their level. We gist, we talk, we interact, we laugh. We do a lot of things together. And I feel like that level also sort of makes them to, that level does something to people. When they don't see you as, high up there and then they are real down here, it makes them to feel like they can connect with you, they can share stuff with you and all of that stuff. So when we are together, we share ideas. Okay, this is what we want to achieve. How are we able to achieve it? This is what we're able to do. And obviously, one of the things that I make sure I do, a lot of times I do it. I'll just tell them that, see, this is where I see Nomi's side in the next 2 and so years. This is where I see. And I'm not saying it based on, I'm not certain, I'm so sure. Women, like, you know how you are not really where, you are not even half of where you want to be, but you are so certain that this is what is going to happen. So then let us see, in this amount of time, this is where number is going to be. Like, I am telling you because I know it. I have already seen it. Yes, you're not seeing it, but I've seen it. So I tell them this vision. I remind them of this is what we're going to achieve. And I remind them, and I keep, emphasizing, I keep, saying it and everything, and it kind of makes them to say, okay, people love where they can grow. People love where don't just see themselves here. That I grow, and this way it's going so that we are just here. This is how we are. No, this is not we are growing. And another thing is that I'm only someone that loves to, I cannot stay. They're able to see that, okay, from when we started till now, they've seen improvement, they've seen growth. We work together. But I think this is our next milestone. This is what we're going to do. This is our next step. And they see me actually take this step, right? They see me. The company, I'm not the company. This company is committed to growth, and they see it already manifest. Even though we've not gotten to that level we want to get to us. So, a few things I would say. I don't know if it helps. Help me though. Has helped us, at Nomi's Bites.
It really is. Really, I believe also that through the help of God, your company is going places because, all the attributes that great CEO, the system and structures that they put in place, you are already, executing some of those beautiful things. And I wish you the very best. And I'm trusting also that in years to come, Nomi's Bite will definitely go places. And I particularly love your humility, where you see everyone as very important in the team. And I think that is very, very great. So let's quickly talk about still on growth. Still on growth. I want us to quickly look at Yeah, so I want us to look at as a person that's growth minded. Yeah, you've actually shared that with us. You've actually shared that with us. So, what are the lessons that you have learned running a business as in Nigeria, particular? So, as a Nigerian, what are the lessons that you have learned running a business?
You know why I smell? Because
Why?
geez, like, oh my god, it's been so much. Oh, I think about when we started, and I think about me now, right? Level of good that happened. I feel like, and it's not a fact too. I'm just saying it. The fastest way to grow in Nigeria is to be an entrepreneur.
Mm,
Sorry,
mm,
but, oh my
mm,
god, like it's a lot of stretching, like a lot of stretching. I'm not gonna lie to you.
mm,
I tell people that I'm grateful. And the thing is that I love. In fact, life is more interesting for me when I'm being challenged, when
mm,
something new is happening. When I feel like, because I started to see challenge as how do I say it now? As something exciting. Like, oh my god, let's solve this problem. So it
mm,
became something of not something. It started to become something of not to weigh me down, but to make it like, this now let's solve. If you solve it, it's like, oh my god, like a trophy for me. Like I won an award,
mm,
you know.
mm,
So honestly, being an entrepreneur has changed me as a person. Right? We started 2024 December, and this
mm,
2026 April, and I can tell you that there's been so I can even list the things that have happened in my life.
mm,
Right? It has been.
mm.
Yeah. Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
All right. It was really like helped me grow. I'm so sorry. Do you know that I was so excited and I forgot your question? Please, can you tell
Oh,
me?
yeah. I was asking that what are the lessons that you have learned running a business in Nigeria? And you've made mention of the fact that the fastest way to grow in Nigeria is to be an entrepreneur, which I hold on to that so well.
Honestly, it will stretch you. My God, it will stretch you.
Yeah.
And so I have learned
Mm,
a lot of lessons. I think one of the things that I've learned is I have learned more responsibility because I'm like, okay,
mm,
now I'm in charge of my business. This is my business. Obviously, because it's
mm,
my business, I have the choice to say, you know what, I won't do this today, or I won't. But see, I have learned to take more responsibility for the things that I'm supposed to do in my business because I now own it. Like, yes, I own it, but I have to be more responsible because I want to see it grow. Because I want to see that thing I have in my mind. I want to see it come to pass. Right? It has also helped me to. It has helped me to learn, like, be someone that wants to learn more. So every day I keep discovering new things about okay how and okay I would also say this, but let me say this first. It has helped me to learn more. Like you cannot be a business owner and you're only just doing your business, the operations. Like say for example, now I'm a chef. I will always just focus on making pastries. That's the least. That's important too. I'm not saying that for that, but that's like you need to learn business. Business is not hustle. Hustle is when you are just doing the work. Like this is business. You need to learn how to set business structures. You need to learn how to keep your finances. How to you need to learn a lot of things. You need to learn how to market. And that's my next point. Being a business in Nigeria has taught me that marketing to Nigerians, you need to learn how Nigerians think. That's like one of my biggest lessons. Learning how Nigerians think is such a game changer. If you can come into the mind of an average Nigerian, you'll be able to market to them and sell to them. So I remember starting my business. Oh, there's so many things that I won't be able to share for now. But I remember starting my business with a particular mindset that, oh, if I want to be able to break into this market, I have to probably use my prices and just try to break it. And that was good at that point. But at some point I realized that wait, based on how everything is going, we're not making much. We need to scale. We cannot be in this level, right? See, it is not. I realized that it's not about reducing your prices. It's about learning how to market. As a business owner, if you are not learn, if you don't know marketing, you're not a business owner. You're only a hustler. Yes, that's the point. You're only a hustler. One of the things that you must learn, and in fact, as a business owner, you need to learn that business is a skill. Oh. See, oh my god, I'll talk too much now. See, as an entrepreneur, I don't know if business and entrepreneurship is the same thing, but entrepreneurship, right, involves so many things. And that's one of the reasons why I told myself, you know what, we have to kind of we need to sort of like shift a little from just the normal operational work to learning how business really works, learning how an entrepreneur thinks. If you are able to build a business that can really grow and scale and thrive without you, trust me, it doesn't matter the area you want to go into, you can build any business, because business doesn't just rely on what you can do, the work you're doing. It also relies on, you know, the systems you're able to put in place, the structures, how you think. There is so much more, really. But business will stretch you. But in all, if you're a business owner, you're an entrepreneur, I will tell you for sure, don't just focus on the fact that you can do that thing. Oh, I can cook. Oh, I can bake. Oh, I can sew. I can make hair. I can do good websites, graphic design. See, that's like the list. Learn business. That is where you can build an empire. We're not just working to make money for today, for tomorrow. No, we're working to build something that will stand the test of time. That's the goal. So if you're having a goal of I want to build a big this thing, it starts from what you start doing now. You don't have to wait to when I get to it, say like you're not even going to, like, if you don't start those things that you feel like you would do then now, you don't start treating your staff like you want to treat them. You don't start treating your customer like you want to treat them at that time. You don't start keeping your records, like your financial records. You don't start knowing your profits. All of those things, you don't, like, there are many things I want to share, but time. But if you don't start doing all of those things now, it will be hard for you to grow and to scale. So the goal should not just be that I want to make money for today and tomorrow and next month. No, the goal should be I want to build an empire, whatever an empire means for you as a person. We want to build something big. It's all right.
I don't know why you're feeling yet. You're not saying too much. You're actually hitting the nail on the head. Very spot on. Everything you're saying is actually spot on, and that's the truth. And I love the fact that you're able to emphasize, you know, running a Nigeria will stretch you. That is it. It's going to stretch you. Yeah. And in fact, not only business in Nigeria, studying in Nigeria is going to stretch you. All right. Yeah. So as a means of contributing to what you've just raised, I did a course, let's say, we started 2 months ago, then we ended the course last month, and I can tell you for free that I did that course because I want to be stretched, because I know the person that owns the course. That one thing about him is that there's no room for laziness whenever he is, you know, take it, or whenever you enroll for any of his programs. So it is actually true. Your capacity. And I also love the state. If you want business for long, you must learn to Nigerians. And I'm glad that all these are some of the things we have mentioned. So let me ask you now, if you had to start your business all over again, what will you do better? Let's assume you want to start Nomis Bite again. What would you have done better? If you want to start Nomis Bite once again, what would you have done better?
All right, thank you. Yeah, so if I start Nomis Bite again, right? If I start Nomis Bite again, the first thing I would do before I even talk about Nomis Bite online or even take the first step, the first thing that I would do would be to sit with someone in business and just have a conversation with them, right? Whether I have to pay for it or whether it's free, I will sit with someone that is in business. Whether it may be my business, I think that would be better. It may be my kind of business, or someone that is good, not just has a business, but is good, it's thriving, is growing in business. I will sit with that person and I'll talk with that person and I will take notes that or write things that I need to start doing. I won't just have a business because I have the skill or because I can make pastries. I would really learn
Yeah.
what it means to start a business, and I will start applying, and I'll be accountable to that person because I want to grow.
Yeah.
I feel like if I had really, with the things I know now about business, if I had really done all of these things from the onset, we would have grown bigger than this. I know that for sure. Would have grown bigger than this. So I would do that. I would do that. Yeah, and honestly, that's really what I would have done, because the things I know now, I would have started implementing them from the beginning. But I started implementing them not from the onset, right? So if I started implementing from the beginning, even the mindset, and I think I didn't talk about this enough, but every business owner needs to have the mindset, right? If you are someone that is not self-confident, you are someone that is struggling with your self-esteem, it will not be easy to run a
Okay.
business, honestly. So you need
I
to
think
work
we're
on
having
that.
some technical.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, welcome back. Yeah. You can go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear
Can you
you.
hear me?
Please go ahead. On the floor.
All right. What was the last thing you heard I said?
I think you were talking about where was that? Where was that? Did I really? Yeah, I think I asked you that if you start all over again, you were saying you will that is doing all the same business, you would like to sit with the person and have a conversation with the person that's so that you can learn or get better insight on how to run the business.
Yeah. So I said that not just someone that's doing what I'm doing, but someone that is doing well, someone that is growing, someone that can have results, right? I'll sit with that person and really talk with that person. Or if I don't have such a person in my environment, can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay. If I don't have such a person, I would pay a consultant that I can consult about business to really learn, right, about this. And I said before that if I had put all of these things in place from the onset, right, if I had known all of these things, if I had had that business mindset from the onset, I would have grown more than this. We would have grown more than this, right? But I'm happy I know them now. I'm also happy for those that would one way or the other reach out to me or something that I can also talk to about business, so that when they start, they're able to grow much more faster.
Yeah. Thank you so much. So as we try to draw the content on today's episode, if you had to advise young entrepreneurs, if you had to advise teenagers, and then at least if you had to advise people watching this program now, what would be top 5 advice that would cut across faith, purpose, and growth? If you had to advise people, what the set of advice you would give to them that will cut across what we're actually looking at?
All right. Yeah, top 5 advice. Okay, so one of the things I would love to say is, at this stage of your life, build good relationships with people, right? Build good relationships. I think recently I was just journaling and I was like, oh my God, God has blessed me with good people. God has blessed me with amazing people. And I will tell you for sure that you cannot do life alone. I said it during the course of this session. You cannot do life alone, right? I tell people that tell me how they've been through hurt, they've been through, terrible experiences with people. I tell them that, see, I know that, it may be tough, and because of these experiences, you want to be alone, but trust me, that's not the best way to live. There's so many things you will miss out on if you do not have these relationships. So, have good friends. Even if I don't even say have good friends, I don't even like a lot of people that I call friends. Have a good friend. Start with that one. Have a good friend. Have someone that shares the same values as you. Have someone that you can be vulnerable to. Have someone that you can talk to when you're discouraged. It could be a friend. It could be a mentor. Of course, have a friend which is like a peer. Then then have someone that can talk to you, which is like a mentor, right? And if you don't have such people, pray to God. And I can tell you, I've so much seen the power of prayer that I tell people that say the first thing you should do when you're going through anything that you just go to God and say, God, I need this, right? The friends I have are gifts from God. I can tell you, I don't even doubt. Friends I have are gifts from God. So pray to God and say, God, I need someone that I can talk to. When I was looking for someone that can mentor me in my business, it was God I prayed to. And God sent me the person. Then I was looking for a friend, a true friend. It was God I prayed to. It's not that hard. Just God is your father. You get so build good relationships, right? That's the first thing I would say, right? Second thing I would say, which is also like very important, which is the most important of them all. But let me say it now. It's true. Second thing I would say is that build connection with God, because that's your source. That's where everything comes out from, right? Let me say this. There are things that I never knew, right, that were limiting me. I never knew these things. It's not like maybe I'm doing it out of I know I'm not doing the wrong thing. No, I never knew these things, right? Therefore, that I never knew that I could have met, but I needed them. I needed their help. There are many things that could have gone wrong. What I'm just trying to say is that by yourself you are limited. By yourself you are limited. If you want to be able to feel purpose, live your best life, you want to be able to grow as a person, you want to be able to live a fulfilling life, you cannot do it without yourself, right? Things that I not thought I like. I don't even have to put it in words. Things that I never knew that I was ignorant of, but God in His own mercy showed it to me. People that I never knew or I never thought I needed their help, God will just connect me with such people, right? That's how we find life easy, because we rely on God for everything. We don't think we know everything. We don't think we can do anything. We don't think we have the strength. We are just big people relying on the God that knows and sees and can do all things, right? And because of that, it looks like we are extraordinary, but really, God is the one doing everything in and through us. So that is the second thing I want to share. The third thing I want to share is that never stay humble. Oh my God, it's such a big deal for me. Stay humble. You don't know anything. And I say it for the fact that you may feel like you know a lot, but trust me, when you now get to another level, you be like, wow, I never knew anything before. Do you get? Have that mindset that, you know what, I want to keep learning. I want to keep growing. I want to keep improving, right? So even if you meet someone that is like your junior or something, but the person has what you want, humble yourself. Just you know that if you live a humble life, I don't have to say it, but if you live a humble life, you attract things more. That's the thing too. Than when you are just like, I am everything. Do you know who I am? Just be humble. In fact, let people see you and underestimate you. Sorry, now you be like, I never knew you were this. Let people don't be too out like, oh my God, like no. Live a humble life. It's peaceful, it's joyful, it's the kind of life you should live. So if you are struggling with pride, it's not something that you should, be angry with yourself of. Go to God and say, God, I'm struggling with pride. Please take pride from me. Right? God does not will that you're proud. In fact, He says you resist the proud. So you need to be humble for God to even help you. If you are proud, God cannot even help you proud person. Do you get? So stay humble, right? Stay humble in life. Just be humble. No matter how far you've got to, just be humble. There's so much, I don't know how to say it, but humility will help your life. Humility will help you. Stay humble. Okay? Alright, so that's the third thing. The first thing I want to share, oh my God, I don't set these things down. Alright, so let's go. First thing I want to share is to Holy Spirit help me. Okay, yeah, let's do this. It's to live a balanced life, right? I don't believe in a life where your spiritual life is lagging, or your finances are lagging, or one area or the other is lagging. It's not sweet. It's too It's not nice. In fact, it's not even God's will that you. The Bible says you wish above all things that you prosper, and that's like not just all round prosperity. In your health, you're prospering. In your finances, you're prospering. In your mind, you're prospering. We want you to prosper, right? So do a regular checkup for yourself. What area of my life am I lagging behind? Is it that maybe last week I was too focused on this area that I lagged on this area? So you need to learn how to bring every area of your life together. You shouldn't be lagging in your spiritual life. You shouldn't be lagging in your finances. You shouldn't be lagging in your business or your career. You shouldn't be lagging like when it comes to your family and your friends. You should be able to at least have some time to connect with people and be there for people. You should be able to have that. Your health shouldn't be lagging behind. Your fitness, so look at areas of your life, even your growth. You cannot just be living life and say, I'm busy, and you're not growing as a person. Then at the end, you'll be losing because things that you're supposed to learn that will help your life, you will not learn it. The period of my life where I was so busy with business that I wasn't learning things, and it really cost me a lot. When I started learning, I was like, if I'd known this thing before, I know where I would have been, right? So open yourself to learning, So you need to learn how to carry everything. So it may not be easy, but you need to learn how to, live a balanced life. There are no area should be suffering because you want to. Do you understand? Learn how to live a balanced life. So that's the fourth lesson. Last lesson I would say is learn to be selfless. That's what I would say. Learn to be selfless. Life is more interesting when you know that your life is counting for not just for you or for somebody else, right? I know, yes, you want to be the best in your career, you want to make a lot of money, you want to travel around the world, and most of our goals, sadly, are too selfish. I want, me, this, it's too like me. Have just, I don't know how to say it, but there's this fulfillment that comes from helping people, right? So don't be selfish too much, right? Learn to help people, learn to offer help, learn to, sometimes just I don't know, whatever God has placed in your heart to do for people. Like me, I love to do a lot of outreaches, just to meet young people, talk with them, see how I can help them. Don't live life just for yourself. It's the most unfulfilling life ever. There's this fulfillment that comes when you know that because of you, right, somebody did not make a mistake. Because of you, someone was able to make the right decision. Because of you, someone's life turned around. Because of you, someone was able to go to school. Just have that mind that don't think you have to have everything before you start. Where you are, in fact, it is what you start now that you most likely will continue to do, even when you get to that height you think of. So where you are now, who can you reach out to? Who can you help? Who can you encourage? It's not about money. Yes, I'm not saying you should not give, which is great, but learn to also give other things too. Give your time, right, to somebody that needs help. Give your advice. Whatever you can do for people, right? And don't do it because some people do it because they are taking something. Do it out of I'm just serving because I was made to serve. I was made to help people. And I would also like to add it because I have been through a moment of people pleasing. Don't be to please anybody. If you're having in mind so that they will like me, that's already a wrong motive. And wrong motives most of the time don't get rewarded. You end up feeling burnt out. But do it out of the abundance of love in your heart. When you do it like that, it's easy for you to spread love, spread cheer, help people out of your heart. Not because you want anything, not because you want to please them, or because you want to be seen in a good light. No, do it because of the abundance of love you have in your heart. So these are the 5 things that came to my heart to share. Thank you.
Wow. A round of applause. A round of applause. Thank you so much. It's been so good talking to you. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for the wisdom. Thank you for the lessons. And yeah, it's been a very engaging, impactful session. And I believe that those that will be watching, or those that are watching now, and those that will be watching later, will find clarity in everything that you've actually shared with us today. And I particularly love the fact that you wrap up with something that I love also, being selfless. Being selfless. I don't want to overflog everything that you have said, but I want to say thank you so much. If you are just joining us, this is the Testimony Podcast, and on this podcast, we share inspiring and edifying testimonies to ignite your faith and propels your victory in all that you do. And I've been speaking with Heimeme. Thank you so much for your time. So, if you had to leave us with a parting word, if you had to give us a parting word, what will it be? So, what will be your parting word for this session?
All right. Thank you so much. I've had an amazing time with you. So, my would be. I know this is working to my mind to share. I'm going to start from where you. Whenever that you become, achieve, you want to go back, speak in global. You want to have this. You want to do this big thing. Yes, we have big dreams. All of us, like, we have big dreams. But start from where you are. Don't make it of for the. I know it's like my heart to share. Like, what really is happening now for from where you big dream, big thing you have in your heart. How can you start from where you are? Most times, it is the lesson that you learn from your beginning stage that will help you when you are up there. If you don't learn these lessons and you go up there, you crash. So most of the time, the prayer you're praying, God, and this and that, and I'm just like, what am I giving you? What can you do? Start with that. The lessons he needs you to learn there. So as you grow, wherever, however big, you realize that it was what you learned when you were starting small that has kept you through the journey. Start big from where you are. Right? And there is this scripture that says, he that is faithful in little. Some of us have prayers that God has already answered long ago, just that you have not seen it. Right? Some things you have prayed before, he's been waiting to act from the one he has given you. If you're praying for increase, the job that you are currently doing, are you faithful in that job? The thing that your God has given you to do, the service that he has placed, the place, are you faithful? God is seeing your attitude towards everything you're doing. Yes, it's doing your best. Meeting yourself. So, right now, right, as we conclude, what is that thing that you need to, first of all, that you need to take more seriously? That you need to say, you know what, God has placed me, I will bring him glory through this thing. Yeah, might not be sweet, might not be even not even treating you well. You're not, don't, Bible says we should not, we're not just serving wherever it's at, we're actually serving him, we are pleasing him. So whatever I'm doing, I want to do it like I'm doing it unto God, not unto any man. Right? See, I'm telling you, this is a principle that works. First thing I would say is that whatever you're doing, do it with all your heart. Do it to the best of your ability. Do it well. Do it so well. Number two, start from whenever it's in your heart to start. Don't wait for everything to be perfect. Start there. See, if you do this, those dreams, visions, whatever you have in your heart to become, reality. But if you think for the right everything, the right, you just be so that's the word for this day.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We can't thank you enough. Thank you so much. There's a lot to unpack from this session. Start from where you are. Thank you so much. So, Yeah, we've come to the end. However, I will also love you to talk to us about, your product. I believe that nothing happened by chance. Someone might be watching and actually want to get in touch with you, and actually want to, you know, uh, probably engage your services, particularly what you do with Nomis Bite, your pastries. So please, I would love you to use this opportunity to talk to us about your business, the services you render, the people you render it for, where people can get in touch with you. And you can send me the details. I can also put it at the footnotes here on YouTube so that people can actually reach out to you directly. So in 3-4 minutes, I would like you to talk to us about your pastry brand. Thank you so much. It's over to you.
All right, thank you very much. So I'm a chef, like I said. I have a pastry business, Nomis Bite, and it was first a passion, but then I saw a need for people wanted top-notch pastries, great packaging, and wanted something that they can give people, they can have for themselves, and wanted premium pastries at still good rate and maintain price. So we make, another thing we do is that we make it fresh. So there's not of like that we don't compromise when it comes to that. Our pastries are fresh, right? The quality is up there because we change the recipe based on how it's incorporated on recipe. And we also make it is great because we deliver our business present our pastries to them as that. So we is small. We make a variety of pastries, different kind of pastries, cakes and everything. Yes. So we are in those states, right? To go around the world. We're starting from here.
Yeah, that's better. Amen. Amen.
Yeah. If you want to reach out to us, we are on Instagram, Nomis Bite. We are on Nomis Bite. Our next WhatsApp contact. Should I call it or just put it up? I can't hear you.
To add it for you, I'm trying to add it. Please call it.
All right. 08.
Okay. Beg your pardon. You can take it gently. Okay. It says 081.
0.
All right.
538.
538. Yeah.
4162.
4162. Is that? You can call it again, please.
All right. 0810 538 4162.
It's displayed. Is it correct? All right. Yeah. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
All right. And with that, we've come to the end of our podcast for today. The Testimony Podcast brought to you by Fash Media Concept. My name is Fashion Michael Olaito, and I've just finished speaking to Inome, the CEO of Nomis Bite. Thank you so much for all that you have shared with us. And this is me saying that wherever you are, you can start until we come your way next week with another guest sharing something profound that can make life meaningful for every one of us. I want you to understand that it is the mind of God to make you great. Your beginning does not matter. Please keep at what you're doing. Have a beautiful day. God bless you.